Now again, these are the only tools I'm using. A small little shovel like that with a sharp tip, small handle like that, one little bit at a time. I fill that bucket up about a third of the way, no more than a half, take it downstairs in the backyard, dump it, and do it again and again and again. Well, there it is, root ball and everything. Look at that. Ah, nasty old thing. That was it to get that out, but that wasn't what it was. See, there goes over to there, and I thought for sure this pipe would keep on going over to there because there's hardly any water over there as well as over there. And look what I found here. Look at this. That's the end of a line. Okay, that tells me that pipe does not go over there. I'm still wondering where it goes, or where it is. See the little rabbit over there? That's our little pet. Mommy calls her Zoe. She just sits there because this pipe in here goes under the grass, and chances are it goes over that way, and all those are still low pressure. Now you'll see when I cut this off. Let me cut this one. Let me cut this off, and you'll see it. You'll see the same thing I see. I have not cut this off yet, but I'm sure this water is probably gonna just spray out. Okay. See there? Look at that. Now, why is it that all the other ones are not spraying out that fast? See how fast that is? Now I'm gonna have to kind of hold that there to put this bubbler back on. So I know it's not that. And I was kind of hoping, beyond hope, that I would find a portion of that root ball smashed down on this line. But it's not. Look at that. So I know, it's not this line. I had to dig that up anyways. And I'm glad I did dig it up. Yes, it's gonna give me more stuff to do. I've got to rearrange this dirt before Mommy gets home, kind of put it down, and where I dug this out, there's a couple more sections of root I need to get. Then I need to kind of straighten this up a little bit, sweep the sidewalk up, sweep this off over here, take this, put it back over here for the time being. In fact, when I put this back down temporarily, maybe I can get a longer pipe and just put this bubbler right in there, because each morning Mommy's had to water that. Now see, on this one here, it came off of that same line right there, and you can see it through there, can't you? But it's watering, and so I know that pipe is going directly over to there. We've already checked that. That was high. That was squirting out just as much as this one was. Isn't that something? These, see the rabbit? She's still sitting there. These, nothing. Not a thing. That's on the same system. Nothing. It's on the same system as everything else. If you were with me on the other video, you saw that all of these are under high pressure. I cut off some of the bubblers here, squirting out. So I know all the stuff in here is working fine up to here. I know the The valve is working fine. Now I know this is working fine. And this section over here is not working. And this section's not working. And I even started digging over here thinking that maybe the pipe that was over there came over here, but it doesn't. But here's a section of pipe right there, and that's on the same system. And see, it's just barely dripping. If I were to cut that end off, there's probably hardly any water there. And look at this one. This is on the same system, nothing. This one over here is on the same system, nothing. Isn't that weird? So I still have more troubleshooting to go. I dug up around this rose bush, and there's a drip bubbler down in there. You see it right down in there? Hardly anything. And that's on the same line right now. And these are on the same line. And I haven't done anything to these just yet, but I know water's coming out because that's damp. This was damp. All the water just turned off. These two are on the same one. Actually, the water's still on. See, this is at the end of the line. See there? Look at that. When I cut that off, see, this is the end right here, and it goes up along there. And I even cut this one off, and it's flowing. It's not squirting out as much as that other one I just showed you, but it's streaming out 6 or 7 inches long. And same thing with these. So this goes up, and I'm thinking because this is up kind of high, there's a little bit more water pressure right in here, but then somehow the water pressure goes down. See, even these, that's on that same system, but it's downhill. So somewhere up here, I don't know exactly where, but none of this stuff is getting water. Hardly anything. I could run the drippers. I've got them on for 20 minutes at night. Usually I have them on for about 13 minutes or so. And but because we're having a hard time with any water coming out, I've been running at 20 minutes. We could almost run at 30 minutes, but still nothing. It's just weird. And then on the other side over there, if you saw that other video, that water's coming out, and that's still on that system. So something somewhere it's still going awry. So tomorrow I'm cutting it out for today. And by the way, today was one of the hottest days here, and my wife kept coming out here, hey, come on in. And I worked kind of strategically. First I was working in the shade over there, then I went over there, was working in the shade, then it was shady over there, then it was shady there, then it was shady on the side of the house, and then when I started to get these rocks, it was shady from here over. So I did that little section, then the clouds came over, then I did this area. Now the sun's out again, but it's getting later in the afternoon, the breeze is up. It's actually really nice now. But hey, I made it work. I made it work today. So now it's about cleaning up, and tomorrow I'll tackle some more. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna keep digging over there and trying to find the pipes. I've gotta somehow find it. So I know the main valve is over there, coming around over there. That's all high. That one's going over to there. It stops. That's good. So, and I don't know how it goes over there. I don't know where it comes in over here. See, there's the rabbit again. See, she just sits there. There she is. Little cottontail, and then she runs under the bushes. And so, somewhere along the line, something's going wrong. I know this whole section is slow, so I'm not going to dig anymore there. That section over there seems to be having plenty of pressure. So now I'm gonna, I may have to dig all along the edge of the driveway to find out where the pipe comes, because more than likely this pipe here that goes under the grass, it probably goes on over that way, over in there. It's my guess, but isn't that weird? Maybe you know, I keep talking myself out of it. If that's low, then why would it be over there? Because that is fed off of this, right? So it's fed off of that. My guess is that comes from the front yard and it comes over here, and then it goes underneath the driveway and it goes over here. So chances are there's probably not an issue over there. And even though there's a little bit of water there, if, like I say, if I pull a coupling off here, there's a little bit, it comes off about like that. So it tells me there's enough water in there to go over there, and then it goes on downhill, and there's enough water over there. So what does that tell me? That tells me somehow there's got to be another pipe, and who knows? It could be somewhere else along here, coming out through the grass, and then heading over there, because I don't think it's off of this main one, because it curves and it goes all along there. If it were to have gone there, there'd be a T off of there, right? But somehow the water from the valve there is getting over here. So, and then it has to come in over here somewhere. And then from here, it has to then go back over that way through here, and that's low pressure. So maybe now I'm starting to think again, right? Maybe it's over here before heading over there. So I'll think about it some more, and whatever I do, I'll show you my findings, of course. And all rocks over here, dig all this up, find the bubbler, find the bubbler, find the bubbler, and find where the main trunk line is. I already found this one. Remember this one, the water was squirting out just fine from before. If I were to cut the end off, it squirts out 5 or 6 inches stream. So I'll have to find where the main is right here, and then follow it through, because that main has to then go that way. And then, so, you know, maybe it's from this tree here. Maybe it's from this tree, a root coming over this way, smashed down on top of the 3/4 inch line, and it could be right in here somewhere. Okay, so digging I will go tomorrow as well. Oh, look at the little rabbit. Hello, little rabbit. See, he's getting used to me. He's getting ready to bolt. He's getting used to me talking. Hey, little boy or girl. I don't know which you are. Wifey's called her or him Zoe. And okay, that's all I have for today. But I'll see you again on the next video, because yes, I'll bring you more videos, don't worry. And the more you watch, the more you save. And yes, this is a big old headache for me. I gotta get to the bottom of it, because I hate paying somebody else for something I can do myself.